Hello, everybody. This is Zerda with Zerda MTG, back again today with more historic gameplay. Alright, so today I'm going to be playing Grixis Bolas again. I'm still on the same list as last time. 2 Disfigure, 4 Agonizing Remorse, 3 Breath's Rampage, 3 Thassa's Intervention, just as a way to get both card advantage and a counterspell when it's needed. I just like the versatility here, and if you can't tell, that's kind of the theme of this deck, is my spells are versatile. 1 Cry of the Carnarian. I'm not sure, I might want another, not entirely positive what I cut. Maybe an Eldest Reborn, maybe the last Ravenous Chupacabra, as it seems to be a little bit slow in the matchups where I normally want that effect. But I'm not positive yet. 3 Mystical Dispute. It's such a good card. It's never dead in a matchup, just sometimes a lot worse, like against Mono Red. But if you get to counter something, especially in this deck, it's generally going to be pretty good as long as you haven't fallen too far behind. And if you're holding it up for another blue deck, well, then you just get to force your Nicol Bolas God Pharaoh through. That's big game too. 2 Bone Crusher Giant. I like the curve of kill a creature on 2, deploy a blocker on 3. Also, against more controlling decks, this is just a threat that a normal removal spell wouldn't be, so that's why the Bone Crusher's there. Murderous Riders shouldn't need too much of an explanation, other than the reason I don't have 4, is that I'm not entirely sure what I'd cut for the 4th, maybe the Chupacabra again, but the Chupacabra kind of fills a different role. The Chupacabra's more there because it's a great Eldest Reborn target, and it comes down kills and blocks for less mana than this kills and blocks in the same turn. This also kills Planeswalkers, which is huge though, so I could definitely see dropping the Tube for the 4th, I guess. I'll think about it after playing the Tube in one more game and decide between Cry the Carnarium or Murderous Rider. Not one more game, but a few more, you know what I mean. Ravenous Chupacabra, just explained why that's there. 4 Nicol Bolas the Ravager. This is one of our big payoffs for being in Grixis, so we are playing for them. The card advantage, just when it comes down, it's a good blocker, can help stabilize boards. I'm not above just trading it off with Questing Beast if it comes down the next turn. And if it ever flips, then you're just in Value Town all the way. A +2 of Draw 2, and the rest of those abilities are all incredibly powerful because of how difficult it is to bring out and how risky. And honestly, you're mostly going to use the -4 and never the -3 unless things have gone terribly wrong. But yeah, that is Bolas. 2 Extinction Events, I think it is the best Black Sweeper we have access to, although it can be a little weak against Rule, as we found out. So I'm debating on the next Cry of the Carnarium. 3 Eldest Reborn. I just think the card is powerful, but I could easily see dropping it. Once I get another Mythic Wild card, I think I'm going to try out 2 Eldest and 4 Bolas. And the Bolas here is, well, it's just the best Planeswalker that we have access to, and I think it's one of the best Planeswalkers in Historic. So, therefore, we play Nicol Bolas. As for the mana base, we max out on Shocks and Checklands in each of our colors, and then play 2 basics because we want we want 26 lands, and B, we don't want Field of Ruin to just be a better strip. So that's where we are. And let's go ahead and hop into some Best of 1. Let's see how this goes for us. After this game, I might go ahead and try out some Mono Blue Flash, the budget build of ours. Alright, gotta wait for Arena to think it's gonna crash. There we go. Always happens for the first game. Alright, so this is on the draw, it's almost keepable, but I think a double 5 drop is what really puts me off a bit. Alright, we'll keep. This is entirely untapped, or all of our mana is going to be untapped. Our opponent's playing Giganta the Wellspring, which means they're not a Burning Tree Emissary deck, although they could be mono-red. I doubt it, though. Alright, so I don't think it's either of the big aggro decks, so I think we get to keep here. And them not being one of the big aggro decks, now I've got to decide. I think I'm going to ship a land. We play 26, we should draw another. And I don't want to give up a lot of value. Leading on Steam Vents, because then we can just play Blood Crypt untapped on turn 2. Or sorry, tapped on turn 2 and still hold up Mystical Dispute. Alright, Priest of the Forgotten Gods. Could be annoying, but it's not really a problem yet. Now our opponent knows that we are Grixis. Alright, Cauldron Familiar. I wish we could Extinction Event that cat, but so be it. Hold up Mystical Dispute and pass the turn. So what do we know about their deck from them having Giganta? Alright, well, first up, we're not letting that happen. We're going to want to name even with this first Extinction Event. And they'll have to decide what if they're going to sack or not first, actually. So let's see what we name. Now that I think about it, we'll just name Odd if they don't sack. Get rid of the cat permanently. The priest can be dealt with later. And this way the cat doesn't become a massive problem if they draw the oven. Alright. Let's see. So -3, meaning it would just die anyway. Somewhat tempted to Bolas here and get a card out of their hand while I still can. Yeah, I'm just going to get a card out of their hand. I don't much mind if it just dies to their activation. Alright, don't mind either of those. Excellent. I think I'm going to Murderous Rider. Kill the priest. Gonna hold on to the Angrath's Rampage. Oh, wow. I didn't expect that. Now are they going to sacrifice it? Alright. Oh, I'll take a board clear. I'll take turning Murderous Rider into a board wipe. Instead of a 2-3. Yep. Alright. Yeah, I still think I want to hold on to that. I'll take the last card out of their hand instead. And present a blocker. Oof. I'm assuming that has Menace. Yep. Alright. Time for Extinction Event again. Our opponent is definitely still applying a lot of pressure every turn, even after multiple board wipes here. Something that is highly concerning. Name even. The big reason we're holding the rampage, by the way, um, from that earlier turn, or we're planning to anyway, was in case they draw an Evan, we can make them sacrifice it. Alright, Bolas plus. Start eating away at their board. Okay. Excellent. That just took away a lot of their options. Alright. Bolas minus. Let's not turn on weaponize. If they kill Bolas, I'm very happy. Now they're going after me. Alright. We hold up the Mystical Dispute this turn. And then next turn we should be golden. Alright, that's just fodder. They're allowed to do their hand to deal with Bolas plussing. Or they're going to continue losing lands. Doesn't seem like a winning strategy, but I don't know the contents of their deck. Yeah, they don't have a second land, so I don't care. I'll uptick. And let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, so I didn't have the mana to hold up Dispute. And also play a second Bolas to eat away another land. Can't shock yet, sadly. Alright, just tapped. Next turn we get to double Bolas activate. Okay. Plus Bolas. Play Bolas. Keep new one. And plus Bolas. To get ahead of destroying all of their cards. Play a land and end the turn. I suppose I don't need Agonizing Remorse. I don't want to make cats lethal. And the opponent has had enough. Next turn we'd have double plus Bola, as long as we didn't have to counter. And would have eaten away at any chance they have of coming back. Because once you get one of those going, and your opponent sacrificing lands, the game is basically yours. You're just waiting for your opponent to admit it. And let's jump right into another game. As you can see from my daily quest, I've been taking a little bit of a break recently. Had a few videos queued up. Or I should say they queued up, and then didn't really complete too many of them. So I'm going to try and get on those and get some more gold so I can get some more packs or drafts and give you all some newer and better content. Alright. Multiple Agonizing Remorses and a Bolas. I'll keep because this should mean if our opponent isn't hyper aggressive, the Bolas will be able to stabilize us. Okay. I can use the disfigure later. So for now, let's be sure to get rid of any annoying cards they have. Okay. Get rid of the second Siren Storm Tamer, or it can be a problem. This honestly isn't a great hand from mono blue though, so very happy about that. Alright, so I'm going to shock here. This is a little risky. Good, it's actually keeping up the right land. Always have to check. Never know with Arena. I'll take one of their tricksters, I think, because yeah, I'll take a trickster. And I'll end the turn. I do believe that I'm just going to disfigure whatever they put in right now. Actually, I'm going to wait so that I can kill anything they try and put a, what do you call it on? So here, in case they had Curious Obsession, or Sea Dasher, I suppose. They have to act first. No action. I'm going to disfigure this, force them to use a mana. This will let me take the Brazen Borrower out of their hand with Agonizing Remorse, instead of them just casting it in response, because it... Oh. Alright, they're playing around that. Yeah, and I'll dispute if they try to cast it in response. I'll also be slightly concerned if they sacrifice the Siren Storm Tamer, which it looks like they're debating on, because I have no idea what they'd be trying to protect if it's not the Borrower. Okay. Ah, Spectral Sailor. Yes, that is one that I'd much rather counter than Brazen Borrower. That card can really get things out of hand. Borrower bouncing Bolas, I don't mind. But Spectral Sailor drawing a bunch of cards, and me needing to find removal for it quickly, that seems a little bit more of a problem to me. I just don't want to be buried in card advantage. But yeah, Brazen Borrower just allowing me to discard another card unless they drew a counterspell. That I'm fine with. It's not as good when my creature has an ETB. Right. So best draw would be Bolas 5, as it often is once you hit 5 mana. I suppose Disfigure is also good, but... Or, no, I think the best draw would be Mystical Dispute. Just assures that we get the Bolas down. Opponent is deep in thought. Alright, they deploy their last land, decided bluffing wasn't worth it. We deploy Bolas just to bring down a 4/4. They get to drop a Spectral Sailor. Or sorry, they get to drop a not Spectral Sailor, that'd be much worse for us. A Brazen Borrower. And we have their attacks locked. Oh, suppose we trade. We'll take the 2 for 1 again. I think here we're just going to take 2 cards, not really care about the selection. Obviously, we'll use all of the mana. We want to do this before they can draw anything that might otherwise be a problem. Counterspells and the like. Tap land. Now if they draw a creature, we got lucky, we have a Chupacabra. And if they have a counterspell, for when we eventually deploy our creature, we have Dispute to protect our Chupacabra. Alright. Nothing to do with that. The long game does tend to favor us. So we'll just wait. Nothing we can do about it. Next turn we'll deploy Tube. Take 2. Resolves. Wizard's Retort, which actually allows us to, I believe, get the last use that we'd be able to out of this mystical dispute. Because I don't think our opponent's going to tap this low again. Play a land. Despite this leaving us open to some of their creatures, I think it's worth getting in for damage while the getting in is good. We're not sure when we'll have an opportunity to kill our opponent after they finally draw something and start putting in damage again. So, alright. Ingress Rampage time now. Alright, actually, drop Bolas first because it lets us play around Dispute. Dispersal. So be it. Have him sack a creature. This could be disputed. Looks like Chupacabra is going to be pushed firmly out of the way. Alright, so looks like a attack into Extinction Event 1. Or actually, no, yeah, attack into Extinction Event. We'll hold up Murderous Rider in case they deploy a threat in our end step. Although I'd like to have a lifelinking threat in play. Alright, I'm just going to drop the lifelinker. Still deploying lands because of Thassa's intervention. I think bluffing has less value than being able to dig deeper or draw Bolas and then deploy another big card in the same turn. Get in there. The downside of playing a lot of lands. Attack. Alright. Swinging back in our favor. I'll cast this one pre-combat. Now that we actually have the option to. I'll gladly take Wizard's Retort. It means that it's not coming after something more valuable. And life total has swung to favor us. Alright. So, if our opponent doesn't do anything here, then we have lethal set up for next turn. And I'd rather set up lethal than hold up a shock. Another reason to like Bone Crusher. Once you get into these stalls. Oh, and the opponent has opted to move themselves. I cannot really blame them. That Bone Crusher Giant was quite curious by the end of that. Alright, and we'll have one more game with Grixis Bolas for today. Alright. There's some quests finished. And here is the last Grixis Bolas game. On the play, nearly painless. We have Dispute Bolas. We can't cast Fly, but we also need to draw more lands anyway. Have a payoff. On the play, I'm going to take this. I'm going to lean on Mystical Dispute slowing things down. Bolas doing the same. And our ability to draw a second black source. Oh, please, let us draw a second black source. Not bad, actually. I'll just hold up Dispute for now. Status quo doesn't favor us, obviously, so counters aren't quite as good as they could be. But we do as we must. And I say we must keep Annex off the field. There we go. Sorry, mouse is acting up a little here. And one more turn of just holding up Dispute. Fervent Champion is fine. I'm going to split the difference on the odds of drawing a black source for next turn and just go ahead and kill the Scorch Bitter. Our opponent now knows without a shadow of a doubt that we have a counterspell. Will likely deploy their biggest threat the turn I Bolas if I do choose to do that right now. And I do, as there isn't much better. This can at least provide us some safety until we draw a second black source. Give our opponent disincentive to continue swinging in. Discarded Chain Whirler, that is concerning. Alright, they feel safe attacking with the creatures. I'm going to choose not to block the Fervent Champion because of the first strike. Alright, as I feared, Cleave. Worried about run amok, whatever the creature that does that is. This is painful, but hey, we actually get to Eldest Reborn them. So let's go ahead and do that, shall we? Next turn I'll deploy Murderous Rider as a creature. Alright. Now that that's happened, though, I think... Because I was worried about Bone Crusher. Still a big problem. But now that I get to actually... Yeah, I think instead I'll leave myself very obviously dead to multiple burn spells, but that's right. That's why I wasn't going to do that. I got too far ahead of myself, thinking that it was safe to do that, and that I'd be able to hold a dispute. Because I was thinking of Cry the Carnarium. Exiling. No, I should have still just deployed Murderous Rider as a creature. No, I think that wasn't much better, actually. I think I was just dead and hadn't realized it there. Alas. Alright, and that is it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, as it really helps the channel grow. And I will see you all in the next video. Sorry about this, gotta actually, close the recording software with a glitchy mouse. This is an Easter egg. Enjoy it.